Smackdown continues to be boring week in and week out. It never fails. And this was no different. The only good thing about this show was the Hulk Hogan tribute. Everything else on this show was pointless and a waste of time. It is what it is at this point. So, we're going to get into Smackdown from July 25th, 2025. We kicked the show off with a 10-minute tribute to Hulk Hogan. So Triple H came out along with everybody from the SmackDown roster. They did the 10 ring bell salute. They gave us a nice video package. Triple H went over a couple moments of Hulk Hogan's career. So that's how we started off the show. From there, we continue on to Logan Paul. He makes fun of Cleveland. He says that tonight it's not about him, it's about the community. He makes fun of Jelly Roll. He calls them KFC, Kentucky Fried Convict, which is kind of funny. So Jelly Roll comes out, and then he says that Logan Paul, all he's ever done is just inspire little asshole kids to be assholes, which is kind of funny. Logan Paul and Jelly Roll, they continue to bicker back and forth. Jelly Roll has said that he's been a fan of WWE his entire life. And he says that the WWE represents every single one of us. He tells Logan that we know that he's as soft as Charmin, and he knows that Logan's a punk-ass bitch. So Drew McIntyre shows up. Then Jelly Roll begins to sing Randy Orton's theme song briefly. And then there's a brawl that ensues. So it is what it is. Who cares? Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, they stand tall. I don't give a damn about this at all. I really don't. It was cool for the first few weeks. First 2-3 weeks now, it's nonsensical. I feel bad for Drew McIntyre. Hopefully he can recover from this. I think he can. And hopefully Randy Orton will turn heel at night 2 of SummerSlam, on night 2. It has to happen. It needs to happen. That's how we should go off the air for SummerSlam night 2, where Orton turns on Cody and he beats the shit out of him. That's really how we should go off the air. I'm not going to hold you guys on that one. Moving on. We get a really cool video package of Rey Fenix and Andrade. They talk about how they're going to be the new tag team champions. So that's pretty cool there. This leads us into the first match of the night. Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez defeats Alexa Bliss. Charlotte and Raquel Rodriguez, they have some words. And then Charlotte attacked Raquel. Then Alexa Bliss played the dumb baby face. She had dumb baby face syndrome. She was on the outside looking at Charlotte and Raquel. Then she ended up hitting Twisted Bliss. And then this allowed for Roxanne Perez to roll her up for the 1, 2, 3. I'm like, what the hell? But it is what it is. Moving on from this. So Kathy Kelly, she's backstage with Jade Cargill. Jade tells Kathy that she's the queen of the ring, and at SummerSlam, she'll show everyone why she's a natural-born champion. So Jade walks away. Chelsea Green comes into play. Chelsea says that Alba Fyre and Piper Niven... She tells her secret service to secure the area and get her a coffee. So they walk away. Chelsea tells Kathy that she got screwed out of SummerSlam and it should not be Jade. So Jade attacks her. Chelsea calls her stupid and slow, which is funny. And so then Chelsea is attacked by Jade Cargill and everything. And then this leads us into an impromptu match with Jade Cargill defeating Chelsea Green in probably about a minute via the Jaded. Actually, no, less than a minute. Probably like 30 seconds. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. And I don't give a fuck about this. I really don't. This is a waste of time. This is a waste of time. It really is. So then Alba Fyre and Piper Niven, they attack Jade Cargill. Tiffany Stratton comes out and makes the save. So I would assume next week it's going to be a tag team match. Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton versus the Secret Service, Alba Fyre and Piper Niven. Yay, this is going to be fun. No, it's not. It's going to be boring. Whatever. Moving on. This leads us into a backstage segment with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Alexa Bliss has a bloody nose for some reason. And Charlotte tells Alexa that she's sorry for what happened to her nose. But this can't happen at SummerSlam. Alexa apologizes and tells, and Charlotte Flair tells her that they're partners, but maybe after SummerSlam they can be friends. And then she taps Alexa on the head and then she leaves. Okay, this is random and weird, but I don't care about this. I really don't. Moving on. Cody Rhodes comes out, gets a really good reaction as per usual. He puts over Hulk Hogan. Says some really good, kind words about him. Then from there, he talks about street fights and what's going to happen at SummerSlam. He says that we're not talking about virtue victory. We're talking about violence. Because that is what virtue demands. Sometimes doing the right thing doesn't mean doing the right thing. He says the tricky thing is that he does not want to wrestle this John Cena. He doesn't want to fight a guy who doesn't even want the match in the first place. He doesn't want to fight the guy who's counting the days until he's out the door. He wants to fight the real John Cena, because if he's going to stand there and own it, he has to know that he can go through the best, and the title that John Cena has is the biggest in the business. Cody says if this is John Cena's last SummerSlam, he wants him to come out like it's his first. He says, come out talking to the cameraman Stu with the title properly on him. They'll have the hustle and the loyalty, but they can beat the respect out of each other. So Cody tells the crowd that for some reason, for wanting that fight against the real John Cena, is because he needs to know that this story that they've all been a part of is not just fantasy, not just legacy. He needs to know that it meant something and that it was real, and that the only person who has the answer to that question is John Cena. He tells John Cena he'll see him next week, and then that was it. So this is pretty good. I do like this. The crowd was into it. Good stuff there. Moving on. So Jacob Fatu, he's backstage. He cuts the promo. He says that he loves Solo, but he made him like this. He tried to get him framed, sent him to jail when he told everyone that he's never going back. So Adam Pearce made the steel cage match last week, but he doesn't mind that, because at the end of the day, he's going to dog walk his ass. So The Miz comes in and tells him they've got unfinished business. Miz says he went toe-to-toe with legends, outlasted monsters, beaten icons. Miz says that he's the main character. That's why he went to Nick Aldis and got a match against him right now. So The Miz says this is his hometown. He slaps Jacob Fatu, and then Jacob Fatu tells him to come on with it. So that was pretty funny. So pretty cool stuff. This leads us into The Miz versus Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu wins. Solo Sikoa, he comes out in the middle of the match for whatever reason. Jacob ends up winning via a pop-up Samoan drop for the 1-2-3, which is random as hell. So, there's that. So then the MFTs, they show up. They get into the ring. Jimmy Uso comes out to make the save, and then there's a massive brawl that, takes place again with Solo and his boys standing tall this time. It really doesn't matter. I don't care about this. But it is what it is. Moving on. So we go backstage. So Kathy Kelly's with the Street Profits and B-Fab. B-Fab tells Kathy that the Wyatt Six needs to be dealt with in a different way. Montez Ford tells her that they don't understand why they were not in the qualifying match next week. Dawkins tells them it doesn't matter because they'll get who's next. So DIY comes in and they tell them that they'll fix their mess. So Candice LeRae tells them that they have a plan and for them to stay out the way. I don't really care about this at all. This is lame. So then this leads us into Zelina Vega, so she's finally back, being gone after, 3-4 weeks? Same thing with Julia. So she comes up to Julia. So in comes Kiana James, who's been gone for well over a year. She got injured. She was on Raw for a while. Then she ended up getting injured. She's now back, which is great. So she got transferred to SmackDown. Who tells her that if she wants to talk to Julia, she has to talk to her. Zelina tells her that she knows that no one has challenged Julia, but she wants a rematch for her women's United States Championship. For the women's United States Championship. Kiana James tells her that she spoke to Nick Aldis and that they'll have a match next week. Zelina tells Julia she'll see her next week. Okay, this is pretty cool. I like Kiana James being in this manager role. It fits her. This is great. Good stuff. I like this pairing between her and Julia. Hopefully it can be successful, and I think it will. This leads us into the main event of the evening, the Wyatt Six versus Andrade and Rey Fenix for the WWE Tag Team Championships. This ends in DQ. Well, actually, a no contest, basically. Whatever. And then the entire tag team division, they brawl and everything else. And then Nick Aldis, he comes out and he says that since they didn't get this out of their system the first time, here's what's going to happen. He says at SummerSlam, the tag team titles will hang over the ring and it'll be a TLC match. And then they all begin to brawl, and then that was the show. So, okay, that's fine there. So that should be interesting. Hopefully, this goes on night 2. Maybe this is the first thing that we see for night 2. You know, give all these teams maybe about 20 to 30 minutes to shine, I guess. So, but it is what it is. Who cares about this, really? SmackDown was boring as per usual. Again, the only thing that was worth noting was, the Hulk Hogan tributes. Cody Rhodes, he had a pretty decent little promo. It could lead to a double turn at SummerSlam. Maybe Cena turns back babyface. Maybe Cody turns heel. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see how things play out. But SmackDown was boring as per usual. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.